Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of VintageCraft. Today we're going to do a little bit of work over at our farm area that we started on last time, and we're going to blow some stuff up. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so before we do anything else today, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. Now I've already gone through and I've killed all the sheep because, I figured it's a little bit more humane than, dynamite. So, yeah, I'm just gonna place a bunch of TNT here, and I don't know, we'll see if we can make a mess or what happens. That's not too bad at all. Sweet. Well, I'm gonna finish cleaning the rest of this up, and then we'll do some actual work. Okay, guys. So at the end of last episode, we were working on our farming area over here, which we're gonna do some more work over there a little bit later today. But first, I want to kind of go around through this area a little bit. I've done some work between episodes, and I want to just kind of show you guys. So initially, I had said this was going to be a blacksmith, and I don't like it. So what the plan is now. Initially, I was gonna have like this area be like some more businesses and stuff, but it's too small to do a lot here. So what I think I need to do is rip this down and put actually like a bigger building here. Like having it so far back on this island piece, yeah, it's hard to have these roads like come this way and then come that way. So I think what I do is if I bring this and make this like a building out to like here maybe, it'll help like this road not have to go so far, and we can put a building here or something and kind of curve. I don't know. Anyways, so that's something we have to do. So that's going to come down eventually here. Now, nothing over here has changed a lot, but I'll tell you, this little village is starting to really get some life to it. I've added this little area here. So we've seen this building last time. So we got a little well here now, and we've got the mirrored version of this building here, which I think is super cool. It adds kind of like that little, I don't know what you'd call it, like a little crescent feel to it, And I think this turned out really cool. This little area. I'm really happy with how this looks. It definitely looks like not lived in maybe, but like it could be, which I think is awesome. So that's all I've really added. We're gonna come over here and start working over here a little bit more, doing some more buildings and stuff. Like I said before, we're gonna put the mage tower, which is I've got it planned partially in a creative world, just because it's so big. And I've been looking lately, and I really think what we should do is put a library right here. The problem is, libraries are so big. And I don't want to make it too big, because, well, I don't want to take up the whole island with just one or two buildings, right? So, and it needs to be scalable, and I don't know. So I'm working on that still. So anyways, let's get on with the plan for today. So we already seen that we blew up the sheep farm, and we planted a little bit of a forest here, just kind of reclaim that area for now. Gives it just not so wide open field area, So this whole section over here is pretty much done. And I gotta say, like, this is super cool to walk through. So this bridge is just temporary, but I think this turned out super cool. I really like the feel of when you run over here. So let's just have a quick peek around. So we got our sheep over here. I just scaled down our operation. We don't really use sheep that much, so having a few is good, but we don't need to go crazy. Actually, I was going to do a little bit of this, not that. Do a little bit of this action over here. Yeah, those can stay. And kind of just finish decorating this area a little bit more. So anyways, we got this little farmhouse. It's empty at the moment. I have to go through and do all this interior stuff. I just don't like doing it. The bed up here, little living quarters. So it turned out pretty cool. It's just gotta finish these now. So at the end, we were looking at getting this to function properly. And I've got it working. So we got our island all completed. Our villager's going. He's been working up a storm up here, you can see. He's actually got a bunch here, so this will be good. We'll be able to see what he's doing here. So basically what's happening is our cart, like I said, is taking the items and putting them down here in this other water stream, which is actually this stream here. So we should see it in a second. We'll just hang out and wait. Okay, here it comes. I heard it. Where'd it go? Come on. Alright, here we go. Alright, so the items come down. They're going to hit the stream. They go down, and they funnel through. They might get hung up there. And they funnel through into our collection room. Every now and then we get a little bit... It gets a little stuck. I mean, this is like an open system, so... it doesn't have to... Like, you can see there's an item right there. There we go. It might be a little lossless, but it looks cool. It definitely fits the, natural build of this, I guess you could say. So let's go down and check this out. So it just comes down and makes us get stuck. And filters into our chests. I've already cleared this out of seeds once, so we've done a lot. It only seems to come down this one side the way the system works, which is totally fine. So anyways, so I've hauled this out, and this is what we're gonna build today. So we've done a lot of actual building, and I want to do some like technical stuff. So the plan is we're going to do a couple of farms that aren't really necessary, but I kind of want to have them. That includes sugarcane, melon, pumpkin, and what else? Cactus. And then this one that we have over here. So what I'm planning on doing is, you can see these holes here and all that. That's the windmill. And what I'd like to do is have all these farms down here and have it so that way those are the storage systems for the chests. Alright, those are the chests for the storage system. There we go. If I could talk, that'd be great. And what it's going to involve is a couple of item elevators getting up here from wherever we put these farms. And it's going to be a little bit complicated, and I don't know how we're going to do it. But that's the plan for today. So this is kind of in a bad spot because, if I wanted to have it go over there, I should have just had it come down into a water stream and go across. But I prefer the look on the outside of this, so we're just going to extend this and bring it around and up, and yeah, we might break it. I have no idea. But I need to get a couple of resources together, and we need to plan this a little bit. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then we're going to get into it. Alright, so I've got the skeleton of this first farm kind of laid out. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to push this back one block here. And what we're going to do is we're going to extend this water line. Basically all I'm going to do is go like this. I'll put a block. I didn't need to do that, but I'll put a block there and there. And then when we put water, just grab this. Show you what I'm talking about. If I put, so if I go like this, and then I put water here, it's going to continue all the way down, right? And that'll extend this line. So items coming from this will go all the way straight through here. And once it's actually placed with two here, it should extend far enough, unless I've screwed up my estimate, which I might have. Probably. Anyhow, then what we're going to do is we're going to keep this line, so it's going to tie into here, and then it'll go this way. And we'll figure out like our main area in here somewhere. So I'm going to do 6 modules. It'll be 3 high here, and then 3 here, which is, don't need that much. It's more or less just for aesthetics. Just because I want it to look cool, and I want it so if we ever need a whole bunch, we can, turn it on and just let it go real quick and get a bunch. I'm also going to only do this 1 high. Like, sugarcane can grow 3 high, but I find that if you hit the center one with 1 above it, you always get some loss. So to me, it's just not worth it. I'd rather just do it this way. and you know, it grows one, it breaks it. Normally what you can do with this is you can put like an observer. Do I have any? Yeah, you can put like an observer block, say here. There's water there, so that breaks everything. But what would happen then is if you'd have all your sugarcane, can't place it because there's no water. But anyways, as you go up, once it hits the observer, it would trigger your pistons, which would break it. But instead, what I'm going to do is let the water out again, because I'm really not paying attention apparently. What we're going to do is we're going to set up a system behind here where each one of these gets its own clock. And the clock is actually going to be run by a cactus. All we're going to do is we're going to grow a cactus. When the cactus grows, it's going to trigger an observer, and it's going to set off the pistons. And I'm going to do one for each module. That way I can turn it off as we want. So like over here, I'll put like a control panel that'll have just levers or whatever, something basic. And it'll be designed for like each maybe I'll put a light on it so we know which ones are active. And basically it's just going to be like, you know, have a piston or something above the cactus. So that way like it won't let it grow at all. And then these will just grow up and they'll stop because nothing will break it, right? And then all you gotta do is turn it back on and away we go. So that's kind of my plan. Basically all I gotta do is lay this out. It's just well, as you've seen the pattern here, just cleaned up and put nice. So I'm gonna quickly do that. Okay, so little update. This is a lot more resource intensive than I was planning. It's gonna work, but I need a lot more pistons, obviously. I didn't plan on how many I would need. So again, most of this won't be actually used, so there's no real rush, but I want to have it complete and looking cool. So what I've done is on the bottom here, we're actually using this water to hydrate the land because you have to have water next to a sugarcane stalk to have it grow. But on the back, you can see obviously there's nothing on the front here. This is how it's going to look on the front. We're going to put glass here, and maybe I'll like drop water from the top, like little water wall or something. But what I've done is, in order to power this, there's actually water right behind these blocks, which hydrate the next level up, and same with that one, they hydrate the top level. Which, the problem with that is it means I have to put repeaters into the pistons for it to work. Like I can't do what we've done here, where like this has power to it. So it would, like if you powered this, it would make them all go, right? I have to have it so that way the power goes into the thing as opposed to across the back of this block. And that's just because otherwise I can't put water here. There's probably better ways around that, but I'm just going to use the repeater method just because it's easy. And it gives it a nice little way to say, like, you know, this is where the tie-in for this system will be, and the next one will be here, and the next one will be there. So it's nice to... It'll look cool, I think, when it's done. Plus, you'll never be back here, so it's no big deal. So anyways, I just need to get a whole bunch more materials and figure out a look for this. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on how it's going, because it's going to be a little bit more involved than I thought. So, anyhow. Look at this guy hiding out on the wall over there. Let's see. Come on now. Oh. Like a champion. Anybody else? So, I'm just playing around with this timing system. Basically, we've got all this done. This is kind of the look we're going to go for. We're actually going to raise the floor a little bit so we can walk across here. And this will be like, if I can get this to work, where our control system will be. So here's how the timer works. It's just an observer that's fed into our redstone, which goes into our repeaters. And it's powered by a cactus. So when this cactus grows, it's going to pop off because of these two blocks. And it might fall into the stream, I'm not sure. But if it does, you know, we'll collect as many as we can, because it doesn't hurt to do that. Then we really don't need a cactus farm if we have a bunch of these. No, you know, I could easily tie this into all of them or to the whole row as opposed to just these 8. But I figured, you know, for a few extra resources, we save a lot of lag by only having 8 pistons go at a time instead of, 48? 8, 16, 21, yeah, something like that. So... You know, I don't really want all these to go off at the same time. You know, it might look kind of cool having them go off. They'll go off more often, but not as many at once. So it hopefully will reduce some lag. And then what I'm doing here is I'm just powering this redstone lamp to a torch, which hits the piston. And this is going to be how we're going to like turn it off. So if I don't want this module, this bottom module here to work, I just go like that. It'll trip it once because of the observer, the observer, but it'll keep this from growing because there's obviously nothing on top. So these will grow, but they won't break until I turn it back on. And then it'll instantly break and then let it grow from there. So yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out a better layout for this. So I'm going to do that, and I will let you guys know when it's completed. So when I started this project, I initially was going to do it like right here, like, you know, maybe a 15 by 15 area and kind of incorporate all these farms into a little compact thing. And then because I was like, you know, we have all this room, let's use it. This thing's pretty big. So let me show you guys. I'm actually going to fill this top area here, and then I'll show you guys kind of how it's working. Just throw some ladders up, go for a little walk. So I kind of changed the plan a little. Let's just fall a little bit, and then we'll discuss the plan. Actually, let's just go like that. So initially I had said I wasn't going to do this where one cactus controls the whole thing. But unfortunately I was running out of space, and it didn't work the way I was hoping it was going to. So I can't reach that. So anyways, I had to do that, you know, one timer controls it all. So they go off a little bit more than I want them to. But I think it'll work. I haven't noticed any lag or anything so far. And really, these things aren't, they don't go off that often. Especially the cactus timer. They go off every, what, 18 minutes or something? Like, these things grow fully before these things go off, almost all the time. Like, it's been running for a little while, and I've only got, you know, 36, a couple cactus. I've taken some out. So anyways, so these are the three controls. So this one's the bottom, middle, and top, which is probably backwards, but that's fine. So if I go around here, have you guys ever played Factorio? Because this reminds me of the first time I played Factorio. It was, it's a big spaghetti mess of nonsense. And yeah, I mean, it works, but it's ugly redstone. That's okay. I don't care. It works, and that's what matters. So, like I showed you guys before, there's a lever on the outside of these redstone lamps, which powers the torch, which turns the piston on. So you can see this one's off right now, so it shouldn't be producing any signal going up. And all they do is when the cactus grows, they'll tick the observer, and the observer has, like, this one goes out there, this one goes out, actually goes up into a block. Let's see. So it goes up here, triggers this, which goes across and down. And same with this last one. Goes into there and up and up and up and over there. So it's not the nicest thing, but it works, and it's pretty clean. I mean, it's clean, it's just spaghetti nonsense of redstone. I also found this little cave down here, which I just filled, but if I go this way, I've been down here before, but I never went any farther than, like, right here. And if I go over here, our spider spawner is right there. I never realized we were this close. I thought, I mean, we were across the little river there. I thought we were a long ways away, but we're right here. So we might have to make, like, a secret path going this way or something. Anyways, for now, let's move on to the next farm. I want to do at least one more part of this today. So this one's good. You can see, like I said, I already showed this. That's good. Right now I've only got 2 of them on. We could turn them all on, but we don't need to for now. I actually think I want to turn this one off. So you'll see on the second row, if I turn this off, it's going to go like that. And then it's going to lock them out so they can just grow, but nothing will tick after that. Alright, so the next farm, let's get some pieces here. I need some observers, some pistons, which are here. And let me see. I'll just show you how it's going to work, because I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. Well, I'm going to probably put it in the floor right here. But I'm going to measure it first. Basically what it's going to do is we're going to have dirt going like so. I gotta remember this is how I want it. And it's like this, I think. And then that's not an observer. So then an observer, which will go this way. And when we put a melon here, what'll happen is once the melon's fully grown and it puts a block, or sorry, it's made pumpkins, not melons, and it puts a block to either side, what'll happen is it actually triggers this, which will kick off the two beside it. Always the two beside it. And it does that by just going, let's just use these. It powers this block, which will power these blocks. Which I'll just, oops. Go like that. And then I put a block here, you'll see that they go off. Right. That's the farm right there. 100% in a nutshell. I'll put water down the center. And we'll see if we can tie it in. See if we can. I keep getting stuck in holes, I tell you. We'll see if we can tie it into this and make one water stream for all of our farms going this way, and then we'll sort them and whatnot later. Okay, so I actually changed my mind a little bit, and we're going to run these this way. So the water stream goes down this way, and it actually goes underneath there and this direction. And what's going to happen is this one is going to come over here, and it's going to tie in, well, it's going to go straight across, and this one's going to turn and go over here. And we're going to repeat this on this side, probably with melons, even though melons are, like, I want this because, like, this will give us full pumpkin blocks, and the melons I like to use as, like, decoration blocks. So if you do it with a piston, like break with a piston, you get the melon slices, which I don't really care for besides eating, which I guess is a good thing. So we'll probably do that and then do another melon place somewhere else where we can harvest them with Silk Touch. So for now, these are growing. So I'm just going to like, oh, actually before I do that, what I need to do is actually put a divider down the center. We're going to use glass for that. I think I have, we'll just use, we'll just use glass for now. I don't want to waste the cyan. I don't have enough black for it, so we'll just go like this, and let's go straight. Not there. Alright, try getting straight down the center. And we have to do this because otherwise it'll crap us. Otherwise, it'll just shoot them across and have a chance to go over here. If I do that, at least it has a better chance of hitting the center and falling down into the water streams. Where's my black glass? I'm not sure I'm going to have enough to fill this. I'm going to be just a couple short, so I'll have to grab some more glass. But this will look pretty cool, I think. The water and the glass, I think this should look pretty decent. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side, and then I'm going to try to figure out how to tie these water streams in together so that we can bring it all up and put it into a sorting system or something. I don't know. So I'm going to get some more glass and do that. So I ran low on observers and stuff, so I figured, you know what? I'm going to come over to the shopping district again. I've already bought quite a bit of stuff from here, but I figured I'd bring you guys on a little tour. We're going to visit Vengeance here. Need a couple more observers, and then we're going to go to our shop. Observers, 2 diamonds. Let's see. Perfect. And then, I was just asked about some tridents, and I figured, you know, we haven't been to our shop for a while, so let's run over here and we're gonna get attacked by phantoms. But let's run over here quick, and maybe we'll toss a trident or 2 in our shop. You know, I don't normally keep any there, but you know, every once in a while it's nice to have them. But I don't keep them because then people, you know, ask, and then it's like, oh yeah, I've got one available, and then they want it right now, as opposed to like if there's 10 sitting there. You know, they don't need to have it if there's 10. Little supply and demand action there. So anyways, let's go do this. Let's see. I'm not sure if there's any even here. Oh, we could sell the last one. Let's see. Ooh, I am getting kind of low. You know what? Let's I guess let's put. Oh, I don't have any room. Let's leave 2 here for now. I need to toss this over here. There we go. Little bit of resupply in our shop, and yeah, I think that's good. So you gotta come through. I know I've talked about this before and figure out what I want to do at the shop. Tilted hasn't picked this up yet. No. I don't know what to do, because a lot of stuff doesn't sell. Apparently this might have sold because it's turned upside down. Yeah, a little bit here and there. And, you know, we discussed this before, and I do need to... I was actually called out about this by Archie the other day, because I said I was going to do an ink farm, and I never did. And, well, it's the middle of the month now, so I'm not going to for a bit yet, just because there's no point in making a farm that you're only going to get a couple hours to AFK in, right? I'd rather wait to the beginning of the month, and as long as I can do it on like the first or second day of the month, then we can, you know, have a whole month of maximum AFK time and hopefully get a big stockpile, which we're going to need to do because, you know, I've only got a couple tridents left, and they keep selling, you know. People like them at 40 diamonds each. People are grabbing them up pretty quick, so we've only got enough for a few more days, and hopefully, you know, I don't want to run out. I mean, I'd like to sell them all, but I don't want to run out. So anyways, let's get back to work. Alright, so we got melons here, pumpkins on this side, which you can see obviously. Dang, I forgot to put across the center too. Alright, well, I'll do that in a minute. I replaced that over here, so there's the black stained glass down the center because it blends a little nicer from the sides. You can see obviously this isn't perfect. We got a little bit of loss here, but the amount of pumpkins we need, it doesn't really matter. So our sugarcane farm is functioning pretty decently. Like I said, I've only got one part of it turned on right now. And, you know, these are going to be going. This one's produced a little bit. So all I've done is this stream comes over to here, and you can see right there, kind of, it drops down. Like I said before, these 2 streams go over here, and they go underneath this block, and they go over this way. And then they all tie in together down here, and come up this bubble column, which then puts all our items right here. So I'm actually going to replace this, make it rain everywhere. Oops. And we'll put all this stuff in here for now. Until I find a better place for it. You know, we've got some extra kelp in there and stuff now, and a bunch of nonsense. But you can see we got a little bit of stuff coming through. You know, stack and a half there, a couple pumpkins. We're getting some cactus even, which is nice. And yeah, so this is going to be a decent start. This is where I'm going to stop for today, I think. It's a pretty decent place to continue, I guess, from next episode. So, you know, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff. And I appreciate you guys hanging out, and I will see you in the next one.